Hey guys, Arielta back here. Today we're going to be looking at the flying triangle. This is a technique that I actually mainly used a lot in training throughout blue belt and purple belt, and happened to recently use it a few months ago at the Pan Pacs competitions in one of my finals. So a few things that I'm looking for with the flying triangle. Obviously I need to pick an arm. Okay, the arm that I pick is basically the arm that I'm trying to attach one of my legs underneath. Okay, so if I'm attacking this arm, I need to make sure that my left thigh goes underneath this armpit. Then obviously I need to make sure my right leg, my other leg, is going towards the side of his neck. Okay, so what this means basically is you have to be really conscious of the posture that your opponent is taking. If your opponent has both of his elbows in and his elbow is really tight to his knees and his ribs, like so, and he's grip fighting really nicely, he's got his heels tightly to his butt, probably don't want to go for the flying triangle here. If I try to isolate an arm, it's going to be really hard for me to separate his elbow from his torso, and when I go to jump, because his knees are tight to his chest, when I land, I'm basically landing in like his X-gut. Okay, this has happened a lot of times in competition. So one thing you want to look at is basically, it's quite hard to force your opponent into this posture, but what we're looking for here is when your opponent has, actually go face more towards the camera, where he has one knee up and one knee down. So if he externally rotates one hip and has the other knee pointing up like this is going to be a bit easier to attack the submission because this knee isn't blocking you. Okay, so coming back again. So ideally I want to have this elbow separated from the torso, as though I'm doing a triangle from collar sleeve. Now the leg that I jump first is not the same leg as that goes underneath this arm. So if I'm attacking the right arm of my opponent, I actually want to jump my right leg up. Now, when you look to jump your right leg up, you actually don't want to have weight in your right leg. If you try to jump right now while all your weight is going through the first leg that needs to connect to your opponent's neck, you're actually going to find it really hard to jump, and it won't be as fluid. So what you want to actually do is when you jump, you want your weight going into your other leg so that the leg you're jumping is light. What I also want as well is some kind of control on my opponent's posture. So how I would actually initially start to work towards the triangle is I wouldn't actually jump. I wouldn't try to fly. I would just try and walk into the triangle. So I have my clinch grip, I separate the arm that I'm trying to attack, I step the opposite leg to the first leg that jumps, and then I throw my other leg to the side of my opponent's neck, and then I walk my back leg towards my front leg, like so. So again, picking up the sleeve, stepping my opposite leg to the leg that I'm jumping first. So I step my left leg first, clinching the back of the head, throwing my leg over my opponent's trap so that it connects to the side of his neck, falling to my right side, and then landing in the triangle. Now make sure when you land away from the arm that you're jumping the triangle to. Okay? The reason why, imagine I'm doing a mounted triangle and hanger, so go under mount hang. If this is the arm that's inside the triangle, if I want to finish adjusting the triangle, I don't lean towards the arm, I don't lean towards the left side, okay? Because it's going to be really hard for me to adjust my triangle. So I want to make sure that I lean towards the right side so that I can take weight off of this leg and then lock up my triangle. same thing applies when you jump for your triangle. Stepping, jumping, landing towards your right side, if your right leg is the first leg being thrown into the triangle. Just a note on the leg work for the flying triangle. So I'm basically, if I'm going to jump with my right leg, as I've mentioned before, left leg takes the weight, I jump my right leg up, okay? But after I jump my right leg, my left leg needs to come off the floor so that I have a smoother jump into the triangle, and it's easier for me to lock my legs once I land, okay? So I'm jumping my right leg first, and then my left leg follows. Right leg first, left leg jumping, and then as I aim to bring the weight into my right hand, my left leg comes off the floor. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I'd like to give a quick thank you to Hamish for helping me out, as well as MMA Media. You guys should follow them on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube as well. They post some really good jiu-jitsu content at the moment.